You don't really know if you're ready?
Yeah.
I think you're ready.
I'm scared.
Here goes. Don't be scared. In 3, 2, 1. It's a Monday, and we're here to do Monday things.
What were you talking about?
I don't know.
What are we talking about?
We were talking about
Solar
eclipses. Yeah. There were a lot of funny jokes, like there a picture of a banged up Mitsubishi Eclipse that was a totaled eclipse.
Yeah,
That was pretty good.
That's stupid.
It's very stupid.
Yeah.
I put up a drawing I did forever ago where my eyes were all burned out all the way through. It was for I read the comments was the original joke.
Oh.
But it looked good for like I looked directly at the thing.
Yeah.
So that was my contribution to the internet today.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah. And then I
was
got
not
really
on
annoyed. You know what
very
annoyed me
much
today?
today.
I've been avoiding public timelines, but
Every time you look at the public timeline, you get pissed off.
well, yeah, I have a couple of accounts that I follow, not on my public timeline. These are actual follows that used to post really cool home stuff. Like here's a rad house on a cliff. Here's an amazing prairie home. It's like these neat, cool houses.
Yeah, I like
that stuff.
Yeah, that's nice.
At some point, they've run out of stuff, I guess, and they've resorted to nothing but AI generated home stuff.
Ew.
And they're all ridiculous. Like I look, the first
lame.
glance, I go, "That's not real. That's not real. Like, what are we
Yeah.
doing?" So
That's a
I got
bummer.
in a real rut with that today because I was just like, "Why?" And there are hundreds of people in these things going, "Would so live there? Oh, life goals." Like just
Is this on Twitter?
yeah, yes,
You shouldn't be on Twitter.
I know.
Every time I get on Twitter, because I'll get on there and make sure I don't have any notifications or whatever. Every time I get on Twitter, I'm immediately like, ugh, I don't want to be here.
It's
anymore.
kind of gross.
It's gross.
Look,
Even like the positive stuff, even the stuff that's not gross, is gross.
I've been there since 2007 when
Mm-hmm.
it launched. I was there the week they launched it. It's hard to shake a thing you've been using that long.
Do you want to know how to shake it?
Shake it.
Turn off the notifications.
I don't have those on.
Put it in a folder on your phone that you never look at.
It's in a folder, but I do look at it.
Then put it in one you don't
But
look
I
at.
spend way more time in other stuff than I do there now. Like my use habits for Twitter have changed almost entirely.
Then just cut it out of your life.
I prefer our Discord.
Burn it.
To be honest.
Burn it.
You know, Discord's pretty great.
There's literally nothing on Twitter that's worth being there for anymore.
I mean, it feels like it,
There's nothing.
but I still hold out hope sometimes.
don't.
Why?
Burn it.
Burn the app.
It's not worth it.
That'd be cool if you had an option in iOS or Android where you could hold the thing and where
it would go
when it says delete, you can just hit burn and it would just go like in a
And
little-
I like the idea of it like killing your accounts and everything at one
That'd
time.
be amazing.
That'd be really smart.
That'd be great. Well, hi everybody. Welcome to the thing here.
Hello. Welcome to Two Brain Dead Idiots.
That's right.
Talking about stuff.
Carter worked today downtown, and I worked here, and everyone's a little grumpy. I think
Yeah.
we need some heat and some
It's
sun.
also been I won't say why, but it's been kind of a rough weekend.
Yeah, it's been a long.
And so
It's a lot going on.
There's
man.
a lot going on.
A little too much. You know what I decided? I told Dunaway this earlier. Let me tell you what I told him.
What did you tell
I'm going
Dunaway
to paraphrase
earlier?
because some of this I can't say.
All right.
Dunaway, one of my all-time great friends. Known him since, 04?
Yeah.
Been around forever. I think that qualifies as a good friendship.
Yeah. I've known
Right.
him since I was a little child.
You're a wee baby.
a wee babe.
What did I write? I write, you know what? I can't read that. I'm not reading that.
All right.
So instead, what I'll say is a reminder that during the entirety of today's show, if you guys want to leave us texts or voicemails, 801-471-0462 is the place to do it. And we'll be checking chat as well. But if
love
you've
to
got
hear
something
from you.
you definitely want me to check and read, then the best way to do it is to text it at that number you see right on your screen. If you're home and you're like, oh, I only listen to the audio version, that's the number, 801-471-0462. You can call it anytime.
Yes.
Or text it anytime.
Text it anytime.
Anytime. Any of it. Whatever. We'll take voicemails. I'll take
Yeah,
whatever you got.
voicemails, yeah. Just not live calls. Because they stress me out.
We got one right here.
All right.
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah.
Total eclipse of the dog, it says.
Oh, because you were making fun of dogs.
Yeah. Do you want to see
Burn
this?
eyes. Ooh.
Let's hang on. I have nothing working right now. I thought I had this all set up.
I feel bad because I got home. Speaking of dogs, I got home and my poor dog, who hasn't seen me all
Yeah,
day.
we'll talk about her in a
was
minute.
oh no.
Holy
Did she do
shite.
something?
She's just a pain.
All right.
Okay, there you go.
Aw.
See, that's cute.
Take the baby.
Total eclipse of the dog.
I love it.
Those glasses look like double layer. Like those are prescription on top of whatever these are.
Oh yeah, they put both.
I like that. It's a good look.
That's great. Yeah.
Anyway, so your dog today, I thought maybe she'd freak out because I had heard that some dogs react weird to eclipses.
Okay.
Like they can tell that the light's different or
Something's
the
different,
UV's
yeah.
funky or something. And I don't believe it.
I don't believe that either.
There's a thing that came. Oh, should I even tell you about it? Who told you about babies' brains and this way they smell?
I don't remember. Was it a coworker? It was a coworker or
Someone
a friend.
you work with,
yeah,
right?
I think so.
All right, so I've outed Carter as the source of this information.
Okay.
On tomorrow's TMS, I'll get into it more. But it turns out...
Did you find out about the brain
Yeah,
thing?
it's completely bunk.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I talked to not just one. I talked to Dr. Tolbert, who is always a great source. But I also confirmed that with two other people. One's a neuro researcher
Oh.
somewhere in Maryland. And then the other listener, I can't remember what he does, something in medicine. May have just been a nurse or something. But anyway, they all said, yeah, that's bullcrap.
Oh.
Babies smell good because they haven't. The short of it is all the crap we put on them. Number one, we perfume them
Yes.
up and give them baths and rub their hair.
For sure.
And secondly, they're not out running around in the mud bog with pig poo on their head. So you're not getting all the outside stinks.
Are you doing that?
Well, no.
Is that why you're stinky?
But like if you're a teenager, you got all those new hormones and new sweat glands, and they put off
like all
freaking
kinds
skunk
of
gas.
stuff.
So anyway, of course it was bullcrap.
All right.
I knew it was crap from the beginning, but I just wanted to get some really good, verifiable information, and now we know.
Now we know.
Anyway, my
Knowing
point
is
is,
half the battle.
I took your dog out there.
Okay. We are
Here's-
all over the place.
Here's the worry with your dog. First of all, I was like, is she going to be okay? Is this thing going to affect her in any kind of negative way?
Okay.
And it didn't. That I can tell. She seemed fine.
Okay.
But I heard my phone ringing, and I went, Ripley, be good for a minute. And I went in the house to get my phone.
You
Grabbed
can't
it.
leave
Hold on.
her out. Ugh.
I had to grab my
boy.
phone. It turned out to be important.
Okay.
Ran outside. Gone for no more than 10 seconds. And I go, Ripley, where'd you go? And she comes running from back around where I can't see her to look at me. And she's going,
Oh,
You know what that
why
means?
you can't leave her out there.
Do you know what that means?
She eat a poopy.
she ate a poopy.
You can't leave my dog outside unattended
It's not her poopy.
because she will eat other dogs' poopies.
She thinks other dogs' poops
It's
are treats.
so gross.
And I don't know why she's gone back and forth on this.
It's so gross.
I don't know. Can you figure that out? You're the owner. Can you get some?
You can't leave her outside alone. That's the way we figured out. That's the thing.
Chat says this is like an ADD relay race.
Who's gonna win? We don't know.
I always take the HD out because I'm not hyper.
Well, I don't think ADD is a thing anymore, or one of them's not a thing
Attention
anymore.
deficit disorder is the thing.
No, but like they're all under one thing now.
Oh,
Like in
are we just
in
all
deals.
on some kind of scale?
We're all just struggling.
Everything's a scale
We're
now.
all struggling.
You know, I think that's great. I have a friend with Asperger's, and he loves that it's now just he's on the spectrum. He hated the word Asperger's, and he's right to hate it.
Yeah.
Even though it's just a dude,
Asperger.
he did great work. We named
He
a
had
thing
a bad
after him.
name.
Well done. I wish your name was Smith, so you could have been like Smith syndrome or something. Instead, we had to tell everybody they had Asperger's, and I know it's not even Asperger's.
No, it's
Asperger's,
Asperger's.
like aspersions,
Yeah.
like that.
Asparagus.
So it's good, and he was happy. He's like, yeah, that's the best thing that ever happened to me and my people, is the way he put it.
My people.
I will not use his name because he listens to the show, and I don't want to out him.
What do you? I bet you there is a Smith's disease.
Oh, well, we can look it up.
Look it up. I want to see.
We have the internet. Smith's disease. Okay, let's see what that is. Smith's disease. Smith's Magnus syndrome.
that's close
It is SMS, often called, which is also what your texts are.
Yeah.
SMSs.
SMS
801-471-0462.
That was a great plug.
Is a developmental disorder that affects many parts of the body. The major features of this condition include mild to moderate intellectual disability, delayed speech and language skills, distinctive facial features, sleep disturbances, and behavioral problems.
Interesting.
And then there's a bunch of not mumbo, but science that's very boring to read.
A bunch of mumbo science.
How do you know if you have it? Fewer than 50,000 people in the U.S. have the disease.
Oh.
It is, let's see, it
So
may
it's
start to
similar to,
appear at various ages, not just when you're young.
Oh, that's very
You
interesting.
could have it next week, for all you know.
That's horrifying.
You
Thank
could walk here and go, SMS, or whatever you do. I don't know what their faces do. They say it's a face thing.
I feel like you're gonna offend someone.
I'm not trying to.
Easy. You just made a silly face.
It says this disease is caused by changes in the way information is arranged into chromosomes. That's interesting. So yeah, there is a Smith's disease.
All right.
I'll bet there's a Carter's disease. Should we see what that is?
Yeah. Do you think there's a Scott's
Syndrome.
disease?
Probably. Okay,
Just ADHD.
Cartinger, that's not it. The Carter syndrome.
When you're just too
Oh,
cute.
this is a Jimmy Carter thing.
Oh.
All right, you don't have one.
All right.
Scott's,
I don't have a disease or a syndrome or anything.
See if Scott's syndrome exists.
I have a baby store.
Great, it does exist. Here we go. Scott's syndrome is a rare congenital. It's just Scott, not Scott's. Scott syndrome is a rare congenital problem where you are from Scotland. That's it. Just kidding. A rare congenital bleeding disorder that is due to a defect in the platelet mechanism required for blood coagulation.
Oh.
Normally, when vascular injury occurs, i.e., a cut, scrape, or other injury that causes bleeding, platelets are activated, and phosphasterizine or something. They put PS for short. Photoshop. In the inner leaflet of the platelet membrane is transported to the outer leaflet of the platelet membrane, where it provides a binding state.
Basically,
Yeah.
your syndrome's pretty rough. It sounds bad.
Yeah, I think you die at this one. You can bleed out.
Ew,
Let's
that's
see.
so horrible.
Let's see, similar defect, blah, 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 stem cell, something. Yeah, there's no cure, so my disease sucks.
Yeah.
I like diseases that have cures.
Preferably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can find
If you're
them.
gonna have a disease, you might want a cure.
Should we give Mike a shout out? Check this out.
Oh yeah. So Mike Pacholik?
Pachalik. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. He sent us
Where
some
is it
cool
all?
things.
I thought I had some of it. I guess you
literally
have it
in
all.
my hands.
Okay, Carter has it. Hold it up. Show him what you got.
He
this is great.
sent us some pens and these little artist tiles that
Look
are
at these
like
pens. These are here, I'll hold up this pack. These are those little micro tip pens that are these Microns the brand? No, Shuttle Art.
shuttle art.
I used to have a ton of the black ones when I was in high school.
But they're super cool. And then he sent us the artist tile set, which is like a bunch of little art tiles.
So the idea
to draw
is
with.
that we'll just, because we had mentioned we might doodle during the thing and then give some of the doodles away and stuff like that.
Yeah. So this is great, actually.
Yeah,
I love
it is
this. He also sent me a mask for TMS Vegas because I mentioned that I will be wearing masks. The
Carter
whole time.
Carter will wear a mask a lot. Maybe
I
not the whole
refuse
time.
to get sick.
You won't get sick.
I refuse.
COVID water waste is in the toilet.
It doesn't
literally.
even. I'm not even talking COVID necessarily. I'm not getting sick
Why are you so afraid of getting sick?
because I hate getting sick.
Yeah, but I don't
My
like it either.
Lungs don't work anymore.
Your lungs
Really?
work. You just have the.
They don't work right.
I know. I don't want you to get sick either, but I also want you not have fun. I want you to have fun. We're going to Vegas.
Why
Sorry,
would a
my
mask
eye's
keep me
killing
from having fun?
Speaking of which, I got pink eyed. You know where I got it?
Your butt.
No,
Someone's butt.
I got it from your niece.
Oh.
Let's
Phoebe.
talk. Let's talk about this. So Carter
So Phoebe's
had a moment too.
she sucks on her hands a lot.
She's teething, so she's
She's
chewing
teething,
on
so
her
she's
hands.
chewing on her hands.
Yeah, and she has little hands, and she's got them all the way in her mouth all the time.
You should tell the story from your perspective.
All right, so here's how it first happened. I started getting kind of a weird eye ache, and I was like, "Oh no, not another one of these."
Yeah.
And the same night, as my eye is puffing up, it's actually a little better today. It still hurts, but my eye's puffing up, and I'm assuming it was something with the kids because we spent a ton of
Yeah.
time with these kids.
Kids are grubby.
But I never know. It could have been anything. And clogged port. Who knows? I don't know.
Something.
But then that night, Tay calls and goes, Phoebe has pink eye. I'm like, great, dude. And I held her so much. She was touching me all the time, constantly.
I
At
never
one
let
point,
her
sneezed in
near
my
my eyeballs.
face. I know, but it's all worth it because I love her and I'd do that again. But
Yeah.
the point is,
I don't let her sneeze near my eyeballs. However,
okay, so Carter were you holding her?
no.
And she had eaten,
Well,
let's give
I
some
was holding her for
backstory.
a
She
second.
ate pizza,
Yeah, we
blueberries.
had pizza and blueberries, and
what
she's been
else?
sucking on her hands.
There was something else though.
No, that's it.
Okay, pizza, blueberries,
and she sucks on her hands,
she's
which is
sucking on her
important.
hands. Her hands wet and kind of awful.
Hands soaking wet,
Yeah,
cold as ice.
got a little pizza residue. A little.
She stuck her hand in my mouth, and I tasted like pizza, blueberries, and just cold, icy water.
Yep.
And it was one of the worst experiences of my life.
You tasted her hand.
And so I was running through the kitchen gagging, and everyone was like, "What's wrong?" And I was like, "Phoebe stuck her hand into my mouth."
And for all we know, that hand had been down a diaper. She could have like peed on
It's
it.
so gross. I don't even. None of those things even matter. It was gross enough on its own.
It was pretty gross.
So gross.
I laughed my head off though because Carter is. She goes, "I can't talk right now." She's like moving out of the room. I can't talk. Why? Phoebe put her hand in my mouth like you were gonna gag.
It
and
was so
throw up.
disgusting.
But you're okay now.
I can't think about it too hard, or I'll vomit.
When's the last time
hurl.
you threw up? Denver, or sorry,
DF, not DFW.
DFW. Dallas
DFW
Fort Worth
Airport.
Airport sucks. That place sucks.
So
that's not why she threw
I
up.
blame the plane food
Oh, well,
because the plane food was bad.
don't eat plane food.
Well, it was a 12-hour flight.
Oh,
I was
you got to eat
hungry.
something. Yeah, that's true.
I came back from Asia and
Ralphed
ate
and
nasty
DFW.
plane food, and then Ralph and DFW. It was awful.
I did that too back in 1990.
I hate that airport.
90, I think.
We are now bonded by this
We're
experience.
bonded by us both barfing in a
Curling in a bathroom at the DF. Honestly, it was probably the same bathroom.
probably
because it was right off the plane.
Mine was the men's, but yeah,
Yeah, but like same zone.
yeah, probably the same zone.
Horrific.
They haven't done much to improve that place. It's my least favorite airport on the planet.
It's so
Not that
awful.
I've been to every airport, but I've been
No.
to enough to know
The one
which
of-
ones I hate.
Of
and I
that
hate
you've
that
been
one.
to and I've been to. Awful, awful airport.
Yeah, it's very bad. But anyway, the point is, what was my whole point? Oh, you're fine. You're fine. The baby's not going to make you sick. Vegas won't make you sick. The sun's coming out. We just had a thing. I guess it got covered.
We just had a thing.
We just had an eclipse where the sun is literally blocked by
Yeah.
the moon. But that's moved off now.
Yeah.
It's going that way. In fact, it didn't really move. We moved. I mean,
No,
it all moved.
No, the moon.
Everything moved.
Everything was moving, but the moon was the one that moved in
Everything
front of
is-
the sun.
everything's
From
relative to
From our
everything.
perspective, the moon was moving.
Right. Does it bother you that you are an up and coming generation? You're now an adult, but you're
I'm an adult.
you're heading into where you're the generation that has to pick up all the slack moving forward, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does it concern you at all that many in government, not just in this country but around the world, believe that eclipses are signs of the time, that they're messages from heaven or whatever god they like at the moment?
I've gotten real used to old people spewing random junk.
So how do we fix this? How do we get your generation to fix that? Because the Gen X people like me, we are all out of Fs.
Do you want to know the dark answer?
What?
We wait for them to die.
Yeah, but you're going to have to deal with some really old Xers at some point.
Yeah.
Guys that grew up with like Pac-Man and freaking Back to the Future. At some point in their lives are going to be 80 and making bad decisions for the country. And you're going to be
Do
the
you think
ones
your
that fix it.
generation is going to be the one that like wants to be in politics at 80?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Guaranteed. I mean, every generation does. They have some. The people that want to do that are always there,
True.
and they almost always suck when they want to go that long. Like, whatever.
It's just wild.
Term
to me.
limits. That's all you got to
Yes.
do. Term limits.
Term limits are
Get that
limits
going.
are important. The problem is the old people are making those limits, and
Yeah.
they don't care.
No, they don't care because they get amazing
They
health
get
care.
amazing
they get
money,
paid really
healthcare,
well. They
all
get a
the
bunch
stuff.
of side benefits. They get all kinds of kickbacks.
It's yeah.
They get cushy positions
It's a
after
giant mess.
after they retire.
I'm sorry, but if your like main technology when you were like in the prime of your life was like landline phones, perhaps you should not be in charge of a country that is changing exponentially every day in technology.
I guess that's true. So if you look at the generation running in both parties, let's see about this. We're all knocking at 80 or just behind 80 there. So we're talking about people that even that phone comparison's a stretch
Yeah.
for when they were little, right? But you're always going to have this thing where
I'm just
it's a
saying.
trade-off. You want wisdom, but you also want people to understand the world as it is or as it is now, right?
I would prefer the world as it is now knowledge
Over that wisdom.
over wisdom because the wisdom is old wisdom. It doesn't
Yeah.
count.
Doesn't
anymore.
always work. I agree.
It doesn't matter. But I have been told by so many old people that
All the old people come to Carter and they say,
I
Carter,
have been told freaking that like, oh, you just got to go into the company and shake their hand. You got to make sure you're seen. And I'm like, that's not how jobs work anymore.
no.
If you went into a building and was like, I want to meet who's in charge and shake their hand, you would be escorted out.
Yeah, they'd kick you out.
Like that's not an okay
Nobody
practice.
does that anymore.
But that's my point is that wisdom doesn't count anymore.
Yeah. No, I get it. I'm with you. Oh, Tom Merritt sent us a message while we were
Thomas.
here. Yeah. When did he send this? Oh, 19 minutes ago. He sent it when the show started. He must have seen us go live. Here's his he's doing some stuff on Instagram, it looks like. Hold on. Here he is looking at they're all staring up at the eclipse, see?
the eclipse.
You see the eclipse?
I can't see. It's too small.
It's too small to see where the eclipse
Can't
is.
see nothing.
Oh, he says the moon hasn't even shown up yet, but we're having a great time at the Founders Day event. Well, hold on a sec. Let's zoom in.
Ooh. My coworker saw the full covered eclipse, and it was really cool. He had like a pro camera and stuff.
Well, that's cool, man. If you could get... Oh, he's got the good glasses, too.
Ooh.
They were worried about a overcast day, and it was going to be a problem.
Well, that's what we had here.
Yeah. It wasn't too bad here where I was.
Well, Salt Lake
But
was
where you were, it sucked.
very overcast. Like, there was just clouds.
Also, my anti-FOMO kicked in today big time, where I was like, everyone calm down. Like, you're all going to be
I don't know.
fine.
Eclipses, I'm just like, that's neat.
I
think
it
space is
neat.
cool.
Space is cool.
But that's
Being
kinda
reminded of how small and insignificant we are, or some people being reminded of some fake mythology they have in their head about the eclipse meaning the end of times or whatever. Either way.
I don't know if this is true.
What?
But I'm
tell
going to
you that.
say it anyway.
All right, go.
On Instagram, I saw something about how Native Americans and a lot of like various indigenous groups
Yeah.
are not allowed to see the eclipse
Yeah.
for religious reasons. I don't know.
Is that true? They can't look up and look at it?
They can't like see pictures even.
Why?
I don't know.
I want to know more about that.
I know, right?
Who is it again?
I saw a post about it. It's like indigenous peoples of various
which one?
groups.
But I mean, like the people we used to call Eskimos?
No.
The ones
Like
we used
Native
to call
Americans.
Indians? Okay, those?
Yeah.
Feather not dot?
You really want to get us in trouble today. Yes.
I'm sorry. It still makes me laugh.
I can't remember why. It's something where they're like in prayer today during the eclipse, and there's like a bunch of stuff about it.
Religion can't look at
But
eclipse.
But like during the eclipse, they can't see it in any form.
Okay, well, let's see. Varying religious responses. How Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, and Islam all see the eclipse. Buddhism. Oh, this is fun. We're going to learn a little
We're
something here.
learning today.
Check it out. In the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, it is believed... Oh, I wish I had some cool background Buddhist music.
What's Buddhist music?
I mean, something evocative.
You could probably find some Tibetan music.
This might work. It's a little
like
intense.
spy piano music.
What is this?
I don't know. What are you?
Isn't it? It's supposed to be ancient. It's not really very ancient.
Not at all.
Okay. Well,
No, it sounds like Mom's lawyer show.
Oh, it does.
It does.
Mom's lawyer show. Mom's watching The Good Wife.
I don't know.
It's quite good.
Is it?
That show's good.
It's pretty. It's like the Phoenix Wright of daytime television.
It's not daytime television.
Is it not? I don't know. I don't know what TV is anymore.
Listen, when it aired for 7 years, it aired at night as a nighttime drama and won a ton of Emmy. Like, it's a
But
legit good show.
What am I trying to think of? Not daytime television, but
Procedural television?
no, like when it's on the
Oh,
on
that
TV.
sounds... Hold on, that sounded Tibetan. The do-do-do-do-do-do-do. All right, well, it doesn't matter.
Pretty sure that was a Japanese instrument. Oh no, that's not a Japanese. I thought it was the shamisen.
It's like a zither.
Shamisen?
Like a zither.
What's a zither?
That's a... Oh, I got to talk about that book today, too. I'm glad you said that. Because there's zithers in that book. Hold on. That your friend recommended.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back to the point. What was my point? Oh, Buddhism. Okay. According to the Lama...
Prime time. That's what I meant. Not daytime.
Not
prime
daytime,
time. Sorry.
Prime time. According to the late Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Okay.
Zopa
Not making fun. Just
Rinpoche?
not saying it very well. With the foundation for the preservation of the Mahayana tradition, both lunar and solar eclipses are auspicious days for spiritual practice.
Ooh.
He said that the merit, which represents the positive karmic results of good intentions and actions generated on lunar eclipses, is multiplied by 700,000 times, and on solar eclipses, 100 million.
Wow.
That sounds hokey, but I prefer the positive take. I like that.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm fascinated by all the different cultures and their interpretations of like natural phenomenon.
Yeah.
And how like historically, lots of cultures saw the eclipse and went, this means something.
You're right.
And I think that's cool.
Well, it says some of the recommended spiritual
Humans
activities on
do
these
this.
days include chanting mantras and sutras, but not chanting karmas and sutras.
Ah.
If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. That's
Do you know what
dumb.
that is?
Yes, I do.
You do?
I'm not stupid.
Well, it's so old.
Yeah, but it's like famous.
Oh,
It's iconic.
all Christianity. Let's see. Some Earthlings. Sorry, some Christians believe
Some
that
Earthlings.
that an eclipse pretends the coming of the end times,
Yeah.
and will precede Christ's return to Earth, as prophesied on various points of the Bible. One such passage is the second chapter of Acts, which says, "The sun will be turned to darkness, and the moon to blood, before the coming of the great and glorious day of the Lord."
The Lord.
I would prefer that the sun literally go out and the moon be made of real blood. That's way cooler.
We just get splooshed with moon
Yeah,
blood.
just moon blood splooshed.
There's something about moon blood that's very
Moon blood.
indicative of like women's cycles.
Moon blood?
Yeah.
Why?
Because the moon's on a 28-day cycle and women are on a 28-day cycle.
Oh,
Or tend
is
to
that
be.
true?
It's not all women, but yeah.
Or wait, do you have like tides that go in and out and all that? I don't know. How's this work?
Sometimes you say things that are so incredible. And it's amazing.
Blood tide.
Blood tide.
All right. And then Hinduism. See, none of these are great at science, are they?
Well, I just like
Where it just so happens
Yeah.
you have some planetary body alignment, and that's it.
I just
That's
like
the
that
whole story.
humans across all places, like, doesn't matter how close, like, humans just do this. Humans like to place meaning on things, and I like that.
Sometimes I like it. Sometimes they turn it into reasons to fight each other and kill
Well,
each
when
other.
it's that, they're butt faces.
They are butt faces. The origin of the eclipses in Hinduism is explained in ancient legends known as Puranas. Puranas. In one legend, the Devas and the Asaras, who symbolize good and evil respectively, churn the ocean to receive the nectar of eternal life, and they do this via the big giant space hole,
Nectar.
the moon hole, right?
The moon is not a hole.
Well, I know. Islam says you turn to God and pray on that day. Eclipse prayers based on the narrations of sayings and actions by the Prophet Muhammad.
With modern technology.
There's just more stuff. Judaism, they got Talmud stuff in there. What else? That's it. That's
with modern technology, do you think that even in places where they don't see the eclipse
Yeah.
and these like religious, like let's say like you're Islamic
Yeah.
and you're supposed to pray during that day,
Yeah.
if like let's say the thing was only over the US, let's say,
Only
so
okay.
like would
Like this time.
American Islamic people
This time it's very over the U.S.
yeah,
That's the whole point.
like people who are Islamic and in America, would they pray all day, but then not people who are in other countries who don't see it?
Well, this is the
But
problem.
that's the thing with technology is we
problem,
know what's going on.
Well, that's the problem, because now we see, because in a very modern way we can go, oh, totality is only this strip of Earth.
Yeah.
And everything else is a variation on that direction or this direction. And that means that there's a part of the world where there's no eclipse at all.
totality.
And then there's a part of the world where it's a full eclipse. And then they're here in Utah, it's 65%. But in ancient times, the village
have
is all,
known.
they just see what they see.
Yeah.
And to them, that's the
And
story.
another whole different place would never see it.
Yeah. They don't understand orbits and.
That's my point, though, is like now that we have technology, is there more of that? I don't know. I'm just speculating.
It's almost like. Never mind.
Oh, boy.
I'm gonna get mad. Someone's gonna get mad at me. I'm not gonna do it. What else here? Did we talk about how you and your friend Alicia? Technically, she's your roommate
Roommate.
because she's our roommate as well.
Yes.
We love Alicia. We watched Blade Runner 2049,
Oh, yeah.
and that movie rules.
It does rule. Oh, I love it so
It's
much.
so good. I was a little worried though because here I am sitting with my daughter and her friend
With boobs on
with
the
big
TV.
giant pink boobs standing in the city.
Well, actually, me and Alicia were talking about it later. We were talking about how Blade Runner does a funny thing with nudity
yeah.
where it's not, even when it kind of is, it's not sexualized in the same way as a lot of like nudity is.
Yeah.
It's very like, we were saying it's almost like being like a live, what's the word? Life drawing class.
Oh, life
Where
drawing.
you see like
Yeah,
a
it's
naked
artistic.
body and you're like,
It's artistically
that's a naked
presented.
body. But yeah, you're not like, oh my gosh.
I mean, the only time you even
not
get it,
sexy
you get
even.
Anna de Armas up there being a 900-foot tall
Well,
pink lady.
The thing is, in the one like sex scene in that movie, there's no nudity
No,
shown,
there's not. It's just a weird
which
freaking
is so interesting.
multi-arm hand. That's so trippy.
That was it's so cool.
but that movie rocks, dude.
it totally rocks.
It's
but
so
isn't that
good.
cool
Oh,
that they like?
gosh
It's
dang
such a
it.
good little thing.
Yeah, I love it.
It's so good.
I was so happy to
It's
sit
so
and watch it
beautiful.
again, and I had just seen it like a week before. I didn't say because I didn't want
You
to
didn't?
discourage her.
Or
No,
you did? I mean,
did.
that's
That's how much
crazy.
I love it. And I see
It's
every
so
time I watch it,
good.
I see something I missed.
Something new.
Gosh dang it, dude.
It's so good.
You know what I came away this time more than ever. I've already thought this sort of, but this is for me. It's going to, people are going to vary, but not since 1993's Fugitive has Harrison Ford put in as good a performance as he does in this. And it's a smaller role. Deckard doesn't have the main role in this.
Yeah, he's a side character for sure.
But
he's so
it's
good.
subtle and
Freaking.
it's so good.
But what's the
It's my favorite
Ken?
performance.
What's his name?
Who?
Ken.
Oh,
K.
Tyler Childers.
Where did that come
Stefan
from?
von
Ryan Gosling.
Pinocchio. Ryan Gosling. That's it.
How is that man the same actor as
that played Ken?
everything else he's in?
Well, I mean, this is the pinnacle for me. I love
It's
it that much.
amazing.
Drive is a really good movie. You've probably never seen Drive. Drive's amazing, but in a different way.
Yeah, he's
really good.
so good.
He's very good. But I don't think you're going to see this good. I think this is it for Harrison Ford, and I like him in just about everything.
Yeah.
That Shrinking show.
It does
very
feel
good.
like it was like a pinnacle performance.
I don't know how they got it out of him.
Yeah.
Maybe Villeneuve just has a way with Ford, because Harrison Ford's a hard guy to wrangle.
Yeah.
He's grumpy.
He doesn't want to be there.
He wants to be on his ranch with Callista
But
Flockhart.
it also kind of works with his character.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I say all this as if I know the guy. I don't really know how
Yeah.
he behaves.
You actually text him every week. To check
Every week,
in.
me and Harrison.
You and Harrison.
I say, hey,
Harry boy.
I say, hey, what's going on? And he'll say, I flew the thing run in 25 parsecs or whatever he said.
I flew the thing run. We did it. What is it actually?
What?
I can't think of what
the
it's called
Kessel
now.
Run in
Kessel Run.
12 parsecs, which is actually a measurement, not a speed or a time. So parsecs is
parsecs is distance, which actually I found out makes sense in the context, because
What do you mean?
basically the belt he's talking about is a bunch of black holes
Yeah.
in like a bunch of lines.
The Kessel Run?
Yeah, the Kessel Run's a bunch of black holes.
Well, we know that from that Solo movie. Yeah.
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 So parsecs actually makes sense because the least amount of distance, basically, because time and space stretches with black holes.
So he's like he's a cheat speed runner in like Mario.
Yeah. I
That's
don't
what that
think it
is.
was intended in the original to sound like that or
Yeah.
to like mean that, but
Yeah.
it actually does work out.
Okay. You know what? You've opened my eyes.
Isn't that neat?
My pink eye is wide open.
I got fun facts up my wazoo today.
I got a question for you. Why did I wrote this down earlier in the week because I just must know. Oh shit! Sorry, I forgot to do a thing. Why does your generation want old stuff?
Oh,
Your typewriter,
I think
your freaking whatever, name it. You guys want old things. Why?
we're desperate for tangibility in a world where
things are too
everything is
digital?
digital. Like we have, technically, like, sorry,
Careful now.
technically
Jeez.
my phone is a tangible object, but there's something about holding physical music, if that makes sense, like a tape or a vinyl or whatever.
Because as much as you embrace digital art, you still love to pull out a canvas and paint.
I do.
Yeah.
And I think that tangibility is something humans have always had, and now that we don't, there's something missing.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
It just feels like we want to touch stuff.
no, I get
Again.
it. I get it. Like that swing back makes sense to me. Nick does it too. He loves old leather and an ancient pair of shoes he can fix.
Yeah.
He loves that. And not just fix, but like make new
I think
and has all these oils and all this stuff
in
he
like
loves
old
to do.
clothes and boots and stuff, I think there's something about the fact that all of that was made to last, and these days nothing's made to last.
Right.
That it's like, ooh, I found this thing that not only has lasted 100 years, but will last 100 more.
Yeah, even bad habits. Like the chat just mentioned this, and I heard this as well. Tom and Molly were on their show talking about how cigarettes are trending back. So if even your vices, you're tired of it all being electronic vape machines and synthetic freaking bullcrap,
Yeah.
you want this old school. You're like, what's
There's
it like?
something, you know what's funny is
In cyberpunk, this is a
I was
thing.
about to say it's kind of trending back into cyberpunk. We're like living through a cyberpunk thing where
yeah.
we're all trending towards this thing, but the technology's still there.
Yeah.
I'm like wearing vintage denim as we talk. I have some vintage jeans on right now that are like ancient.
Well, this is why the book you and I are working on, which you haven't talked about on the show very much, mainly because you're waiting for me. But
Waiting.
That's a very tangible object. We want it to be a book, not an ebook.
Yep.
I mean, that'd probably be an ebook.
That's why I
version, but-
buy books
Yeah.
and not ebooks, is because I like to hold something and I like to flip pages. There's something
And
very
you like when you
different about
move,
it.
you love to move 400 billion tons of things.
It's my heaviest object, thing to move.
I always
for
bring this
sure.
up, but when I go to a Barnes and Noble and I walk in there and I see 3 floors of books, CDs and other stuff, just all the stuff they have, even everything that's at the damn coffee shop that isn't liquid, all fits on here.
I know.
A fraction of this
But
phone
sometimes
holds the entire
I
store.
hate staring at a phone,
I get it.
you know,
But
because
you
it's
got to
such
understand.
a part of our lives.
You just got to understand that's what we came before you and why we embrace this so hard.
It's because you didn't have it.
This felt like magic to us. And so we are still basking in what feels like magic to us. You guys are going, all right, but
The thing
I
is,
want to feel again.
we have this phone that is like in our hands 24/7. We never have, it's the same reason I really like watches that don't tell time, that are just like cool and artsy,
yeah.
is because we have everything we could possibly need right here.
Yeah.
So sometimes you really want to look at something else.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like sometimes I just want to have pages. It hurts my eyes to read on my phone or a tablet.
Really?
Yeah.
You tried a Kindle? They don't
Yeah.
hurt.
Well, yeah.
It's just paper.
But I don't want to just own a Kindle.
See, I love
like having books.
having every book I ever want right there in one tiny device.
And
There's
I get
something
it.
about
No,
it, man.
This is a total generational thing.
It's
but
really weird though, and you guys going backwards that direction, and part of the reason vinyl is back in some at least a boutique way is not because like vinyl outsold CDs this year or last year,
Yeah.
and you might go, oh well, part of that story is that CD sales are way down,
And also
and vinyl sales are up
vinyl-
enough to be
things
higher.
that play vinyl are also that's like a big trend right
Yeah.
now. It's like machines that will play vinyl that are modern.
Yeah, either modern ones or ones that get restored or whatever. Everybody wants to go back a little bit. I actually think this is very healthy. This
I
is like
think
a
we're-
rubber
yeah.
banding that humanity does,
I think we're
where
pulling
it goes like, and then we
Yeah.
go, maybe a little, and they pull back just a little bit.
I think we're pulling back from I feel like we're all being like I had my first cell phone at like 13 years old,
Yeah, because
which
you were
is still pretty old right now.
Yeah, but then it
for
seemed early,
kids.
and you were
Yeah.
a obedient child, unlike your sister. She was terrible with her phone. Oh my gosh.
But the thing is, like, we've been almost shoved into this like new age of technology, and it's caused a lot of problems
Yeah.
where sometimes it feels good to just like not be a part of that.
But
for
remember,
even a little bit.
Here's the part you need to remember just for your own perspective. The things you are sliding back toward that you want to, like typewriters, hardbound book, whatever it may be. These were all at their own times the peak of the technological revolution of the era.
Yeah.
And so you might go, ooh, a corded phone hooked to the wall. That's cool. Well,
See,
at
I
some
don't-
point that was cutting edge.
Yeah.
And people then were like, oh, I don't know about these fang-dangled new corded phones in the
Fang-dangled.
house. Like they, like to me, I always try to have that long run perspective, because if you don't, like the perfect thing will be like holodeck technology. We get to a place where we can bring you that thing you want and
I
give it
guess-
as much authenticity as possible.
You know what it is?
What?
This is gonna sound like I'm just being like a punk, like Gen Z, whatever.
Poopy pants.
Capitalism. The thing is, we like all this technology is really cool, but it's so capitalized where you have to pay every single, monthly fee for everything.
It's because we overshoot.
Yeah. But things like Spotify, which is, technically a bunch of music for pretty cheap.
But they're also Swedish, so it's Swedish capitalism, which is different than American
I
capitalism.
just said capitalism.
I know. Here's the thing, though.
I'm saying really quick.
Go.
I'm saying that whenever Apple decides, oh, well, we don't own that anymore, so you don't own it anymore, even though you paid for it.
They don't do that.
They did do that.
With what?
A bunch of stuff. People are pissed. Was
No.
it Apple or was it something else? Anyway,
No,
one of the
it's
streaming
not Apple.
services like got rid of something, and then they were like,
Oh,
well,
no. That
even
was
though you bought
that was
it,
Prime.
It was
Or
Prime.
no. Sony.
Prime?
Sony did it.
One of them did it.
PSN did it where they had videos people had bought. It was video, not video games.
Yeah.
Where they said, oh, sorry, you don't own this anymore because MGM or whoever was
Yeah.
pulling it away, and people were freaked out. And they were worried. They were like, well, if you can do that, then what's stopping you from doing
Yeah.
the games or stopping Steam from doing
That's
that or
the thing
stopping
is,
anybody from doing
There's
that?
something about owning a physical object that someone has to pry from your hands to actually take away from you.
Yeah.
That also is It feels important in the days when it feels like you're being scammed all the time by
It's a
everyone.
little dystopic, yeah.
Like we're always being scammed.
Like it's the reason I don't like Google very much. I don't think they're going to keep, it's not that they're taking something away from me, but they're establishing services that they want me to get in, and then they pull the plug way early.
Yep.
They did it with what's the game thing that they just
Plus Play?
fair
Google Play.
No.
Google.
With an F is an F.
Schmoogle.
Fargo
Fargo?
for Googa.
Fargo, the show that you like.
Google for Googa. Stadia, that's it. There's no F.
For Googa.
They took Stadia
the
away.
games thing. Okay, yeah.
But they did this with Google Wave, Google Plus, Google Newsreader, like all these things people liked and used. We're lucky that Mail, the search engine itself, and maybe Android are the only three that haven't been yanked.
Yeah, there's almost no stability anymore.
It's really weird.
You can't rely on anything.
See, and that's why I like Apple more than most, because they do tend to.
I still feel, even though
they tend to hold the line.
I like
we're
Apple,
gonna do this, and this is how we're
but
gonna do
sometimes
it. They don't just go.
Feel, sometimes I feel a little what's the word? What's the word? Like kidnapped, like held captive.
Well, yeah, no, they want you in your ecosystem,
like
their ecosystem.
I love my iPad, but sometimes I'm just like, but I have to use their cloud and their app system and all this stuff that starting to feel a little gross.
Yeah, no, I get it.
But that's true of most things.
But I was just going to say, it doesn't matter who you use, you're going to feel that way.
But that's my point is I can hold my tape decks because I have like a bunch of cassette tapes and like your old Sony Walkman that I love.
Yeah, but those tapes aren't going to last forever.
And yet they have. I have tapes from when you were a kid.
I know, but they're not. I promise they're going to degrade. They already have.
You know what
they
else
have
isn't going to last forever?
They have hiss.
Digital.
Well, true.
Not in its current form. Nothing lasts in its current form.
Look, I get it. I get it. I truly get it. It's just, I think there's a mix that we can make work. And there are things about the tech explosion that are good for humanity. And there are things about it that are problematic. You know? Like
just,
anything, I guess.
It's like we were talking about robots forever ago.
Robots.
Do you remember our robot talk?
Was it here or was it somewhere else?
It was just me and you hanging out.
Or
This was way before the Monday show.
I don't remember.
We were talking about how it would be really nice to have like a robot assistant. Like, was it?
Oh, we'll have one.
Was it like the Echo thing?
Maybe.
There was like a little roly robot.
Oh, Echo.
Anyway, the point of it had like a cup holder in it, and it was like a little assistant guy
shithead
who'd come around, he'd like zoom around.
Yeah,
I love the concept of that. However, the drawback is this is owned by a company who's stealing all of your information and watching you and making sure that they know every single thing about you.
I would argue they're not stealing it. You agreed to it when you agreed to their ULIS.
Stealing is you just are part of it.
Read it.
So I want a little robot friend, right? I want a little assistant who will roll around and help me out. I would like it to be not connected to anything except itself. Do you know what I mean?
Well, how do you keep it up? I mean, it's not tenable to have it so that there's never an update needed or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always going to need that.
That's the balance is right now it's so capitalized that you can't have those things without it being, well, you actually have to pay a subscription to keep it online all the time. And you actually have to do this.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
That's the problem.
I don't even think you can use that little Amazon robot without Amazon Prime.
I'm sure.
I think you have to be a Prime
But
member.
that's the balance I'm talking about. Is the balance would come from truly like individualized, no one owns this but you kind of technology, and it's just not gonna happen.
You can buy one of those Megan dolls from the horror movie.
Ew.
I know. That freaks me out.
I hated that movie.
You know what I don't like it? I like the movie. But
It's like campy and silly, but ugh.
I liked it. Here's the thing, though.
Blech.
I don't trust anyone who actually wants that. I don't trust them.
No, that sounds pervy.
It looks like a little girl.
Yeah, this doesn't sound good.
Who's buying that?
Not
Unless
children.
If you're a horror movie aficionado and you're hanging stuff in some room that's full of memorabilia,
Yeah, I guess.
maybe put her up in the corner of the wall or something.
Ugh.
Fine. But anybody else? I don't feel good about that. That seemed funky to me. Anyway,
But yeah,
moving on.
good tech talk.
I want to give a book recommendation, and it's because of Carter's friend that I'm reading it. What's her name?
Valerie.
Valerie
is my cool friend that reads books.
How's that song go?
That's how it goes.
Did I do it right?
Yep.
Anyway, Valerie said, if you like Dune, because they know I've been really like super soaking in Dune.
Yes, they know all about your Dune
I'm
obsession.
obsessed. I love it. And Also, there was some lie going around online that the Dune Part 2 digital release was out like 2 days ago. It wasn't. Freaking liars.
Lawyers.
I was online waiting for it.
He's
There are
a
people all over
lawyer.
social media going, "Oh, I'm so happy to finally be able to push play on this at home." And I'm like, you liars.
This is why you don't be on the internet. They all suck.
Well, anyway,
All internet bad.
all internet bad, man good.
Wouldn't go that far.
Oh, Mike Pacholik, by the way, texted and says, for the Monday show, Carter, this is Mike P. I know you're not punk. The mask just looked cool. Well, she's a little punk.
Hey, don't call me not punk.
She's pretty punky. She's Punky Brewster.
The qualifications of being punk is beating up Nazis.
We also got I got a howdy from Massachusetts.
Massachusetts?
That's what your friend says, right? Yeah. Alicia can't say Massachusetts. In the same way I can't do... I do it when I think about it, but when I say both correctly...
Yeah, both.
Both with an L.
Both.
And then this from... Sorry, I'm catching up on these. You're all talking about them there circus peanuts. I can't even remember what they taste like, James the Trucker. And then he put... There's a version of them there.
Oh, why are there so many different versions?
I mean, it's like anything, right? That's a Stuckey's. Yeah, Stuckey's.
Whoop.
Are you all right?
Sorry, I punched my microphone.
What happened there?
Just a little bit.
They all have, all the brands make the things that people buy, like gummy bears, worms.
Yeah, no, I know.
Patch Kids.
I don't know why, but I've only ever bought like one brand ever of circus peanuts.
I assumed there were. Maybe I just don't understand.
I thought they were like Boston baked beans or whatever. Where it's like there's only one.
I just got a sorry. While I'm looking at emails here or texts, I got a thing from Steam right now that says abandoned children and 5 other items are on your wish list.
You got some abandoned children on your wish
It
list.
must be a game that I don't remember. Let's see. Oh, Troubleshooter, Abandoned Children is the first season of a turn-based strategy SRPG that takes place in the world of Troubleshooter.
SRPG?
I think that means...
Swedish?
It looks Japanese, honestly. The art is very anime art. Let's look it up.
What's SRPG?
I don't know, actually. I assume that would mean... Hold on. I'm looking at it. Oh, I heard about this. Hold on. What's our review on this?
I'm going to look
We're
up
in the 90s.
SRPG.
Oh my gosh, I got to get this. It's only $10. It's half off. Okay, I can't find anything about the S.
SRPG meaning. I was looking up death metal
Strategy?
logos.
Probably strategy RPG.
Strategy, yep.
Yeah, that's it. Duh. Of course it is.
I was looking up death metal band logos before on my page before I Googled that.
Yeah.
They're fun.
How'd that go for you?
Really great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I am going to get that game. I heard real good things about it. Once again, it's called Troubleshooter. Anyway, that's not why I was looking at that. And also, my point before I got into that mess was what? Oh,
What was your point?
your
What were you
friend's
saying?
book.
Oh, yes.
So she heard I was way into Dune,
Yep.
and she said, "Well, you know what you'd like?" I said, "What's that?" And I'll be honest with you. Your friends are goofballs.
What would you qualify yourself as?
I mean, sure, but what I mean is like you're all really hyper anime fans. Into it, I mean, not hyper like you're hyper. I mean, you're hyper into it. And it's like, oh, what are we watching this week? Doki Doki Chicken Club
Yeah,
or
we're
whatever.
we're not allowed to like other things. Is the thing. If you like anime, you have to only like anime. That's the rule.
I didn't know if I'd get like a serious book recommendation out of your friend. That's all. And
you have stereotypes.
I know,
sir.
but I tried to break the stereotype because I went and got the book, didn't I? I did. I took her advice. I grabbed the book.
Stereotyping people.
The book is called Red Rising, and it's the first of 6, I believe.
Yeah, there's 6 books.
I'm all in. So in. It's so good.
What's funny is she read them all, or she listened to them all, I think.
Probably listened. Yeah. That's what
and
you guys do now.
she's like,
What does that sound?
I have the rule. I've told this on the show. Sorry.
Give me that.
I was opening the pens.
Oh. All right. Sorry. Sounds like you're opening gum or something.
Sorry. I have a rule where like I'm like I'll read a book, but someone has to hand me a physical copy, right?
Yeah, I get it.
Because I don't want to read digitally, and I'm lazy.
Yeah.
So I won't go look for it myself.
Yeah.
But so she's like, actually, I kind of want to buy the physical copies just like to have.
Yeah.
And so she's like, if I handed them to you, would you read them? And I was like, yeah. So
you'll
I might
always,
read
if
them.
someone hands you a book, you'll read it.
Yeah.
It's a good rule to have.
I
I
have
think.
a bit. I have so many to read right now. So
Well-
many people have handed me books, and now I'm like, oh no.
But yeah, like it's good. It's so good. It's so up my alley. It's everything I like about dystopic science fiction. It's serious. It's not. I was afraid it would be like young adult fiction or something. It's not. Any
It
of
is
that.
technically young adult
It's
fiction.
not really though.
But it is. It's qualified as that.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's not categorized as that. I went and looked.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like New York Times bestseller list.
That doesn't mean
Just
dude,
says science fiction. No.
young adult doesn't
I
have
am
to
telling you here.
stereotype.
Red Rising, Amazon. All right, here it is. Written by Pierce Brown is his name. Came out in 2014. BuzzFeed, Entertainment Weekly, and Shelf Awareness all said it was one of the best books of the year that year. I'm trying to find the category. There isn't one.
Dystopic science fiction novel, blah, blah, blah.
It just says science fiction and fantasy. That's the category. Doesn't say young adult. Not that that matters. I know there's plenty of good young adult fiction. I'm not besmirching it, but
I think you are.
this has stuff in it that's not. There's no way this is aimed at that group. There's no way. I'll eat some cheese. I'm looking here. I don't see anything. None of this stuff says anything about
No,
that.
you're right. It's saying that it's adult.
It's just a straight up
Adult.
science fiction novel. Anyway, it's extremely good, and I would say if you are a fan of the Dune books or books in that vein of like there's a lot of meaning and philosophy going on and not just
Space
spaceships,
religion
pew
kind of
pew, and
stuff.
all that, yeah, then this is it. And it's a very, very interesting take.
I like
on,
spaceships pew pew personally.
Well, I like that too. Not that I don't like him. This is so my alley.
I have a book recommendation for you. If I can ever remember the name of this book series that I read, you'd love it.
Well, if it's that good, you should know the name.
I don't remember. I don't remember names.
Who's in it? What's it about?
It's about kind of a space religion. kind of.
It's not like fantasy or...
No, it's all sci-fi.
Did you ever read the final Patrick Rothfuss book of that series?
Is it
you liked?
out?
I thought it was.
I don't think it is.
Oh. Is he still sitting
I
on
think
his
he
butt?
wrote another book, but it's not in the series.
Well, why are they... What's he doing?
I don't know.
Him and George R. R. Martin are taking the same delay class.
What is the... Oh. Anyway, there's a book series that I really like that was like very like, oh, it's space and there's space military, but then it turned out, oh, there's this weird space religion and it's crazy. And it's very good. It's 3 books.
All right.
And I will find the name one day.
Find it.
I got it from a library. I got the whole, like I grabbed it on a whim at the library.
From your local library.
Your local library.
That's great.
Go support your local library.
Check this
For real.
out. Got a listener who wrote in without a name and said, you can just get a cat trap and take that cat to the shelter. No need for murder.
Well, I can murder a man.
Why not? I want to do it.
Why are you trying to hurt my cat?
I don't know. Freaking, I don't want to hurt the cat. I never said I wanted to hurt the cat. I just want to murder the cat. Does that hurt the cat?
Possibly.
We also got another cat. Speaking of cats, this is a
Aw.
cat. This is Ambassador Domo. Or this is Fluffer. This is from Ambassador Domo.
Well,
the name of the cat is Fluffer.
Looks like a little mop.
Yeah. And look how sleepy I look in that.
Oh gosh,
Spring grass.
I didn't realize that was us.
I just watching while we do the show. That's pretty cool.
All right.
And
Weird.
let's see. We got one here from Allie in Tennessee.
Tennessee.
For the Monday show, hey, Scott and Carter, my husband and I are starting to get into PC gaming, and we're considering getting a Steam Deck. I would love to know both of your thoughts on whether it is worth the price. What is the general point of having one, pros and cons, if you have any, and good game recommendations you have that are both good with Steam Decks. I couldn't think of 2 better people to ask. Love you both, Allie from Tennessee. Well,
I love my Steam
Deck is a game changer.
Yeah.
And no pun intended.
I play more games because of it.
100% I do.
Yeah.
I take games. I change the way I use consoles. Mm-hmm. Carter sold her PS5 because she was using her.
Because I wasn't
Steam Deck
playing
so
on it
much.
because the Steam Deck was so good.
But I have so many games on Steam already that it's just dumb not to use it as my primary
Oh,
device.
100%. And I have access to all your games.
Yeah, and I can play, really almost anything on there. There are a couple games where it's just like a no-go, but it's actually rare.
And there's some really easy ways to get games that are not necessarily on Steam on there.
Yeah,
There's a lot of internet tutorials
you can
and such.
install Windows or do other stuff with Proton to make it so you can run Epic games.
Yeah.
Or
I love it.
I have friends who play. They run BattleNet on there.
Yeah.
So they run WoW there.
I ran BattleNet when I was playing Diablo.
Yeah. Now they have a version on Steam, so
Yeah.
you just do that.
But I didn't want to buy another
It's
version.
on Game Pass now. Did you see that?
Yeah.
We knew that was
Weird.
coming. Anyway, I as far as like specific games, Carter's playing Stardew Valley.
Stardew
like
Valley's
crazy.
awesome
That's
on
a great
it.
game to have.
Really good on there.
Baldur's Gate 3 plays pretty well. It's not.
Baldur's Gate 3.
It's not amazing
The
on there.
problem is more that it's such a tiny screen and
Yeah.
there's so much to
It's
see.
a lot to see, yeah.
And so it's like kind of hard because of the small screen.
Yeah.
What else?
It's hard for
plays
me
on
to
there?
pick like a
Oh,
single game.
Red
love-
Dead 2.
Red Dead 2 is really
Fantastic
good on there. Yeah. Cyberpunk is very good on
Cyberpunk's
there.
really good.
You know what? It kind of depends on the games you want to play.
Almost any indie game is fantastic. It runs beautifully.
Yeah. We got the OLED and do get the OLED.
Oh, the OLED's so nice.
the screen is
I got
real
the
pretty.
limited edition OLED.
Not only is the OLED the same price as the last generation's model with the same specs,
It has a
it's a $50
terabyte.
less, and it's a terabyte, and it's $50 less than the old Maximum was.
It's so good.
What the hell, man?
I love that thing so much.
Yeah, we love our Steam Decks. No, zero issues, zero qualms here. That's fantastic.
Just don't drop it onto a cement floor.
No.
That's the main.
Or any floor, really, if you can help it.
Yeah.
Here's one from Leah. This might be our last one.
All right.
She says, "Hey, Monday Show. I once had a teacher that gave out circus peanuts as a treat for doing well on some project. Not everyone ate them."
Like to elephants. Is that bad that was the first thing I thought of?
A little.
It's like feeding elephant peanuts.
If you gave an elephant one of these circus peanut candy,
It probably wouldn't matter even a little.
it'd probably make them barf through their
Probably not at
tube.
all.
Yeah, they puke through the tube.
They're so big.
You ever seen an elephant barf?
Ripley ate a whole bag of those things. It didn't hurl, and she has the sensitivest stomach.
Do you most sensitive is the word?
Sensitivist.
Oh my gosh, that is so not a word. Have you ever seen an elephant throw up?
No.
Okay, hold on.
Oh,
I'm not going to show
someone-
the chat.
The Wraith is saying, is your limited edition OLED case okay? Some have reported cracking around the parts. So I actually, we swapped cases because I didn't like the limited case.
Yeah.
I thought that inside design was lame,
Yeah.
but you didn't care, so you took it. Has it had any cracking or issues?
No.
Huh.
So there you go.
Perfect.
Oh, this is a lion throwing up. I don't want to watch that.
It's gonna throw up like cats do, where they're like,
I thought he does the same thing.
ew, weird.
It's just like a
cats are
cat.
just cats, man. No matter what the size, cats are cats.
I mean, that they're all genetically in the same
They all love boxes.
zone, right?
Like-
Love boxes.
They all love like cardboard boxes.
Oh. Even like a lion, king of the jungle.
Yeah, there's like videos of big cats getting into cardboard boxes and sitting in them like house cats.
You know what I never really understood? Calling them king of the jungle. They don't live in jungles.
No.
They live in the Sahara.
Yeah.
They should be king of the desert.
Also, the female cats are like way more the queens of the Sahara
That's true,
because
but
they're the ones who go and hunt and do stuff.
isn't that weird? I think that's freaking weird.
Humans
I don't know.
make weird noises with our mouths.
Shows what I know. Well, all right then. I think that's going to do it for today's show. Savannah?
Savannah,
Hey, let me tell you about some...
not Sahara. Savannah.
Sorry, Savannah. Sahara?
Savannah.
No, hold on. Those are both in Africa, right?
I don't know.
I think they are.
We might be stupid.
Tezzeret Dynamite's right in the chat. It's the hippo who is the murderer of the jungle.
Hippos are so
Hippos are
scary.
mean, dude. They're mean bastards.
And the funny thing is, like rhinos who quote unquote look scarier are like the sweetest
sweet and
animals.
kind. Yeah, they're
as long
not-
as you don't bug them.
Yeah, they don't like try to eat their kids or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
They're like lovely.
I love that. It's like
It's like
Greenland and
sharks-
Iceland. It's like Greenland
Yeah.
has got no green.
Yeah.
Iceland gets a little green.
But it's like sharks and dolphins. Dolphins are awful.
Yeah.
And sharks are like sweethearts as long as they're not hungry.
But dolphins are smooth. I
yeah,
like
but
that.
they'll try to mate with you and drown you in the process. So
Oh, come on now. What about So Long and Thanks for All the Fish? You love those books.
I do love those books.
Those are dolphins.
There
I don't know
are
what that has to do with
dolphins
it.
in
I
them.
don't know what it has to do with it.
They're the third most intelligent species.
KT Data says
they
he saw
second?
that King of the Hill episode where the dolphin goes
Yes.
after Hank. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good one.
But that's based on true stuff. They're crazy.
He's like,
They also like murder their kids or something like that. They're
these dolphins are okay, he says. Or what does he say? This isn't as asinine as I thought
Yeah.
it was or whatever.
Isn't as asinine as I thought it
And
was.
then they start humping him. Oh, man.
Yep.
So good. All right. I want to thank some new patrons we got. Check this out. Patreon.com/The Monday Show.
Can I make one note really quick?
Do it.
Icor in the chat says that orcas are a-holes. Orcas are the best. Orcas kill boats because the boats run into their other orcas
Right.
and hurt them, and then the orcas take down boats, and it's sick as hell.
But from the boat owner's perspective, they're kind of dicks.
Well, from the boat owner's perspective, they shouldn't run into orcas.
Well, they aren't, are they? Is that the problem? Is they're running into orcas?
Yeah, like boats will injure orcas with their things.
Orca injure?
And so that other like big packs of orcas will like go after them. It's awesome.
Packs? That's what they're called?
I
Not
don't
a
know.
school?
I don't know. I assume it's a pack or something like
A
that.
murder of orcas.
They're so awesome.
I love it.
It's like how sharks are not bad.
No, sharks are all right.
I would be the crazy woman, like missing an arm because a shark bit it off, like them pulling me out of the water, and I'd be like, "Don't blame the shark.
Yeah.
It's not its fault.
Don't blame the shark as today's title. I'm making it happen.
Don't blame the shark."
Well, we're going to pick titles. We'll see if anyone does
yeah.
anyone better. But right now, I'm putting it in. Blame the shark. Okay. Back to the Patreon stuff. I can't write. I put the hark. Anyway, these new people signed up at patreon.com/The Monday Show. Dana, Robert Babo Hayes. That's
you really
cool.
struggled with that one.
Monica Langolis.
Legolas.
And finally, Cursa Van Dusen. Oh, I know who that is. She used to live in Utah, now doesn't.
Wow.
Were you there? Did you go to lunch with us? With the Duceys?
remember. I don't think so. No,
I can't remember.
did not.
I don't remember.
Me.
Don't forget, the reason to sign up are many. One is no ads ever. Also, you get art and stickers in the mail. Okay? Custom every month. Me and Carter doing art. Probably swap back and forth. Maybe
Making art.
combine our
That's
efforts.
for
I don't know.
the higher tier, isn't
That's
it?
for the higher
Yeah.
tier, yep. You also get avatars, digital avatar every month
Yep.
based on that art. Monthly bonus streams, and of course, pre-show content every week. So why not sign up today? It's your chance. Get in there, be a part of it.
Be fun. Be cool.
Be awesome.
Be one of us. One of us.
Be best. No?
Beast.
Beast. Go to patreon.com/The Monday Show to support us today. Everything else is at frogpants.com/Monday. And do not forget to keep handy on your phone, 801-471-0462.
Put
and
us
use
in your
it.
contacts.
Yeah, put us in your contacts. What's that song? I'm in your contacts. Wait, how's that go?
I don't know.
You're in my I didn't get your mass text.
Oh.
I'm in your contacts. Right? We used to play it on TMS. Oh, yeah, Tay Allen.
I don't know.
Why didn't I get your mass text? I'm in your contacts. That's what it is.
All right.
It's horrible.
It is an awful
Song
song.
sucks.
I love it.
Yep, more power to her. Anyway, that's what else? What was I saying? Oh, just have that number. Just start texting us
Yeah.
all the time. Send us voicemails, whatever. We don't care what it is.
Make
we'll take it.
Scott and Carter with like little hearts on both
Oh,
sides.
that's adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cute. Do that, and we'll see you next time. Carter, is there anything else you'd like to say?
Nothing at all.
All right, everybody, go kiss our butts. We'll see you later.
Get more at frogpants.com.
And